All right. Hello and welcome out to this episode of Outbreak Gamers. I'm your host, WebDave, David Anthony. And I am very pleased to have today with me Crazy Lui Gaming. Crazy Lui, what's going on, buddy?
Oh man, me, I'm really happy to be here and joining you, and happy that you have asked me for this awesome interview, man. I mean, I'm really excited and
Oh
hyped
yeah.
about it.
Well, good man. I'm really glad because this is going to be fun. Like I said,
Yeah,
I like to highlight some of the amazing content creators that we have out here in this community, and you seem to have a lot of fun doing what you're doing. That's first and foremost right there.
yep.
So yeah. And I like how you supporting the other communities too. What's your coffee mug that you just lifted up there? Who's on that coffee mug?
Oh, that's midweek mix up.
That's
Yep,
right.
the
Yeah,
part of
that's
the
very
collective. Yep.
very good, very good. Yeah,
Hmm.
man. I love all the things that Wandering Dutch and his team over there do. Man, they're really great and really super helpful. He gave me one of my it was like third or fourth interview I did, so it was awesome, awesome.
Yeah, awesome lad, awesome team too. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. All right, so Crazy Lou, let's first get to where are you at in the world there is where are you located at not to the house address but to
Oh no,
what
y'all
country
can
or
come.
whatever.
Y'all can come here. Y'all can come here
All
visit me
right,
and drink some beers and.
all right, fire
So,
pit out back, let's go party.
well, I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm from the great city of Santo Domingo,
Wow, nice.
which is our nation's cap. Wait, that's not. Is it our nation's capital? Nation's capital. That's what it's called. Yes, which is our capital. And but yeah, I'm from Santo Domingo, the main city, and pretty hectic country. Pretty cool stuff. Lots of beaches. You're always warm. There's
Oh
never
yeah.
winter. I wish there was winter here. I mean, just a little bit of snow.
You
Because
say that.
I, 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 I love snow. Seriously, I love snow.
Yeah,
If I had
yeah.
snow, it'll be extremely happy. But no, here's always warm. I mean, I think today's probably like 35 out there.
Wow.
Yesterday was 33 Celsius degrees Celsius. Oh my God, it was
Oh
so
yeah.
hot. Woo.
So hot.
And
Yeah.
sometimes the humidity is skyrocket. But hey, I love my country. It's
Oh
great.
yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
beer is good. The food is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And the beaches are absolutely beautiful. That's for
Yes,
sure.
they are. Oof. Beautiful beaches. Lots and lots of beautiful beaches to go swimming in.
I do have to apologize to the audience today in advance. Every now and again, if I do stop at a conversation and cough a little, that's because of my voice. We'll just say I've got a good radio voice this morning. Good morning. So yeah, so just a little hoarse, but that's okay because I just got back from a trip to Disneyland, actually Disney World.
Wow.
But yeah, so yeah, we go there every now and again with the family. So
Yep. I
and whew, love it.
oof. When I used to live in Florida, that was a weekend trip pretty much.
Yeah,
I went to Disney. I told myself when I get to 35 years old, it's gonna be my next Disney trip.
there you go. There
So
you go.
yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go.
There you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, my parents took me when the park first opened. Not like the first week, but like the first year it was opened. So
Oh wow.
I was like 7 or 8 that time. So yeah. So 50 years is all in the park's been open. If that lets you know how old Dave is. Ooh, I'm an old timer.
No,
I'm an
you
old guy.
man. I thought
Yeah.
you were close to your 40s. I never thought you were
No,
like
I'm 57. I'll be 58
oh
this year. Yep.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it was kind of cool going to the park, and I've been even our honeymoon for me and my wife who went there, so it was kind of cool. 25 years ago when they were doing the 25th anniversary, so that was crazy. So anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about you. That's what I want
All
to know
right.
about. That's what
All
we're here
right.
for. So look, let's get into, I guess, so I guess growing up, what have you like what kind of jobs have you had? What kind of what kind of basic experiences or schooling or things like that? What tell us a little bit about Crazy Lou.
Oh man. Well, since I was a little kid, I pretty much worked and went to school. I mean, I was a little kid. I remember my father used to take me to give me like work discipline. He used to take me to because he used to own like a paint company, like like a Sherwin Williams type company.
Yeah.
where you can sell paints and stuff like that. So yeah, I remember he used to take me to these containers, and I was like 6, 7 years old. I used to carry all those boxes out of the container on a 20-foot, 40-foot container with this, with the other workers he had and stuff like that. It was always just throwing out those cans. You know, sometimes they blew up. I mean, you could probably come in my room and put thinner all over the floor, and I could sit here and I probably wouldn't feel it. I mean, I would just enjoy the smell. Yeah. I mean, there's people that get sick from it, but in that container, when that stuff usually fell out, that was that smell. So we still got to work on it, and I got adjusted to it. Yeah. So my father was in the painting business, and I worked there, and also went to school. Pretty much the schools I went to was mostly English. They only give us like an hour or two of Spanish. So yeah, there are, you know, on the Spanish side, they were like, okay, but on the English, which is pretty good. I mean, I learned English really fast, really well. And after that, I went to another school, which is all about Spanish. And it was a lot more confusing for me because switching from English to just everything being Spanish.
Right.
Oh, man, it was just, whoa, so confusing. I mean,
right.
Still today, I mean, you can ask me some words in Spanish, and I still like, what's that word? You know, I gotta Google that. Like, what's
right. Well, I mean, you know, language. There's a lot. There's people out there I've met that have, you know, they can like 7 languages, and I'm like, what? You know, it's crazy. But no,
crazy.
I'm good with one. And Google Translate on your phone. That usually helps.
That usually helps. And then I went to the United States and lived 5 years over there. I mean, I went to a high school in Lake Rose, Florida.
Nice.
Which, like I said, Disney was a weekend trip for me all the time. I mean,
definitely.
Yep. I miss Halloween Horror Nights. Oh my God, that was the best. Universal Halloween Horror Nights. I cannot wait to. I hope I can go this October. I really hope I can. I love Halloween Horror Nights. It's so cool. But yeah, pretty much. Since I lived there, it was like an hour away from Orlando, an hour away from Tampa. But yeah, that's where I spent pretty much like my high school years. It was a tough school, but it was a lot of fun there. Met with some great people. I mean, I have friends all over the world. I have friends in Trinidad, Antigua. I have friends in Israel. I have friends in England. I have pretty much, like I said, all over the world. It's insane because that school pretty much got people from all over the world in there. So it was a lot of fun there.
That's really cool.
It was a boarding school, so you know, down in Lake Wales, where it's an old man town. That's what they used to call it, old man town. That's what people. That's where they went to retire. So there was nothing that much to do. So you know, kids get creative.
Oh yeah. Very much so.
Yep, we did a lot of crazy stuff over there, but hey, it was a lot of fun. We did pretty cool.
That's cool. That's really cool. So I guess, and now I guess, you know, now you're back. You know, I guess this is your birth country.
Yeah, I'm back in Dominican Republic, which I came back to help out my father with his business because after he left the paint business, he went into floor tile, and now I'm stuck in the animal feed business because the floor tile business pretty much a lot of people came in there. You know, just too much companies came in there, so my father decided to retire, and I went to grab my family's tradition. We have like an animal feed factory from the '60s for my family, and went into animal feed business, which is the biggest headache in the world, but it's a lot of fun. It's a fun because I get to see animals. I'm a big animal fan.
Yeah,
I love animals.
Well, man, I mean it's such an important. I mean, you know, without being able to feed and maintain the animals, I mean that's part of our ecosystem. You know, that keeps all of us alive. So yeah, it's so important what you do, man. That's awesome.
Yep, and you know, I remember we have a saying that says that that the animals are what's it called? Tattletales, right?
Oh yeah,
like it because you can take notice if the feed is not working, the animal gets skinny or gets sick, and they tattletale about it pretty much. If they don't eat it, Yep. If it's not working, if it's bad, they'll tell you right away. It's incredible.
That is pretty awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, like I said, the world, you know, it works, you know, because people, you know, work together and get things done, and that's what's amazing about it. You know, some people are like, you know, oh, you do this, you know, it's like, you know, I've never done I was a glamorous job, but you know, I was in radio for a while. That was a lot of fun. But it didn't pay very well, you know. So that's when I went on to work for GameStop and made a lot more money.
What
So
what
no.
radio station you used to
Oh,
work
I
in?
worked for a 97X Owensboro's Best Rock is what it was called, and that was
Oh,
it's basically the
what?
promo radio group. Yeah, it was a local radio station, so nothing nothing too crazy. Not syndicated
Hmm.
like Bob and Tom or somebody like that or Lex and Terry. So who are
Oh,
but still it was a lot of fun. Oh God,
mm,
been over oh my God, probably a couple hundred concerts because of that job.
yep. I mean,
And
I used to love Real Rock 101.1 from Orlando. Oh, that was my
nice,
station. Yep, that was my
yeah.
station.
Yeah. In fact, there
Yep.
is a 97X in Florida that was actually featured. It's the same on the dial, but a different part of the country. So it actually, because they don't cross over that
Nice.
100,000 water, doesn't go down that far. But that was actually featured in Rayman. That was that line when he got stuck on that one little tag, and he's like 97X, the future of rock and roll. So
Oh,
yeah, so when we first went on the air, it was kind of like we started off, we played that little bit or day one just to kind of mess with people. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, but it's the whole thing is that that seemed it was a lot of fun, but yet it didn't. Right now I work for U.S. Bank. I do a pretty important job there, working with veterans and making sure that their loans are maintained and they are up to
yep.
date. And so that to me, keeping them in their homes is more important than just about
I
anything
agree.
else. So yet it's not glamorous. It's important, and
It's
that's
no, that
all of
is.
us. All of us can do stuff that's that's and this is my fun. So that to me,
Yeah,
this is my glamour. This is fun. Yeah. Plus I
especially
get to meet amazing people like you. So
same here, same here. I mean, I met so much amazing people once we started jumping on this whole podcast thing. It's been an amazing ride. Pretty much
oh
like
yeah.
the pandemic. Oh man, it was a horrible thing.
Yes.
And I'm happy to hear you work with the veterans. I mean, those veterans deserve everything they get, and I hope they keep getting all the stuff they can get because those guys really all the stuff they go through. I have loads and loads of respect for them. I mean, I remember. Oh dear Lord, when the 9/11 thing happened,
Oh yes.
I was in Florida, and I was like, oh man, and how people won war and stuff like that. And,
Yeah, it was
yeah,
we,
it
we
was, yeah,
we've been through it, and they are definitely have much respect, and that's why I enjoy doing what I do, because it just because
yeah,
everybody sometimes falls on hard times, and so we try and make sure
yep,
that we keep them going or get them the best help that they can have to help them get forward. But enough about that.
yeah.
Let's get into I guess some of your I guess let's get into your gaming prowess. Like, how did you
Wow.
get into gaming? I mean, because that's really when it comes down to it. What was your first either gaming experience or console or arcade or PC? How did it start for you?
Oh man, start for me. Well, I remember one day, I don't know if it was Christmas or it was my birthday. My dad got me my first Nintendo, and he got it with this game. He got it, Nintendo came with Super Mario Bros. Right, Duck Hunt, and he pretty much got me this game called Ghosts and Goblins, which later on I figured out the whole intro thing. I was like, why? It's something that I sat down. I was like, I watched the intro. Say, I never got the intro to it. I remember this guy in his trousers in the cemetery with the princess, and the devil comes and whoops and grabs her. I was like, what were they doing in the cemetery now? And I'm like, were they doing something weird in that cemetery? No, the kind of kinky stuff going on. Yeah, that was pretty much my first hard ass game,
Oh,
and
funny.
I couldn't beat the first level. It was hard,
Oh,
but
it's
yeah,
a tough game.
yeah. But Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt. Oh, that dog! Oh, every time you miss those ducks, he just start laughing at you.
Yeah,
Get you that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm with you, man. That was.
Yeah, but wow, wow. I mean, seriously, that was my first system, first
Mhm.
games, and such a great system. I mean, I got so much fond memories of it. Such great stuff. I also with Ninja Gaiden. Oh my God, when I got that
Mhm.
game. Oh dear Lord, what a tough game. Until I met Game Genie. It's crazy for
Yeah,
me.
the Game Genie and the Code Breaker and those kind of devices,
Yeah.
those were handy, and sometimes you get some crazy stuff out of those too.
Yes, especially
Action replays.
when you get infinite lives, like yes, I got infinite lives. I will not die, and I can beat this game finally and get rid of it. But damn,
Yeah.
those games were tough. I mean,
Yeah.
nowadays I just love how people like they say, "Oh my God, this game is hard." I'll say, "Y'all never played Mega Man. Y'all never played Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Y'all never played Mike Tyson's Punch Out. When Mike Tyson came in and kicked your butt in one punch, oh, that was y'all never
Yeah.
played those type of games. No."
That was brutal. You're right. A lot of fun though. Those definitely. Yeah,
Yep.
I love those early games. So I guess
Yep.
from the NES, what did you go next on your gaming journey?
Wow, man. I mean, after NES, wow. After NES, I think I jumped right away into Super NES. Yes, I did. I went to
Hmm.
Super NES, and grabbed my Super Mario World stuff. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Super Mario World. I mean, I could sit here. I have my mini NES, Super NES over there, my little Super NES, which I got.
Nice.
And man, I was just playing Mario World the other day, and just I could sit there probably beat it like a half an hour, 45 minutes. Such an easy game for me because I have everything like in my head, like going to the star place. If I
Yeah.
wanted to explore everything, I just go through everything. But yeah, I have so much fun with Super Mario World. That's actually one of my favorite games of all time in Super NES. And what other games? Oh man, Ultraman. I used to play the heck out of Ultraman.
You are my hero now. I love
Oh,
Ultraman.
you love Ultraman?
Oh
Oh my
man.
god! Don't tell me you like Guyver too.
Yeah, dude.
You like Guyver?
Not only the games, but the when I was a little kid growing up, we'd get out of school and our local television station, they would play, reruns or stuff, and just fun. And one of the things they showed was Ultraman, the dubbed version that they had in the U.S. And I bought it, the dubbed version, the whole season one. I have on Blu-ray, and oh my gosh, that is so badass to me. My
Oh,
daughter watching, she's like, "This is silly." I'm like, "Yeah. If it wasn't for this, you wouldn't have Power Rangers." And she's
yeah,
like, "What's a
exactly.
Power Ranger?" And I'm like,
What's
"Shut
up,
up, go
power?
away."
Yeah, go away.
Yeah, my son was into Power Rangers because that was his time when he grew up. But yeah, my daughter, she's like, "You really need to get a life." Thanks, honey. Love it. But yeah, no,
Really?
I loved Ultraman. To me, that was so bad. There was a
Yeah.
few other decent games they've done, and there's an animated series on Netflix now too.
Yep. I started watching. I was like, okay, it seems pretty cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, but Ultraman was what got us on Power Rangers and VR Troopers and all that stuff. I
Hmm.
mean, I used to watch the heck out of VR Troopers too. And
Nice.
yeah, oh man, Ultraman was fantastic. Ultraman was probably the game that got me into Super NES because I went to a friend's house and I saw this, like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I started playing and say, because it was kind of like a Street Fighter thing.
Hmm. Yep.
And yeah, it was such a fun game. I was like, I gotta get myself a Super NES and just start playing this game. And that's what happened right then
Very
and there.
cool. Very cool.
Yep. Final Fight. Oh man, I could go on. Whew. Loads of lists, especially Chrono Trigger. That's my number one RPG. Oh, I have it on the Super NES Mini. And oh, whew.
Oh yeah, man. Those are all great games, man.
Yep.
I
Yep.
love gaming, as you can tell.
Oh,
I think both of us are kind of old souls when it comes to that kind of stuff. Some of the classic
oh,
stuff.
here's a fun fact though.
Okay.
If you put the kids nowadays to play
Mm.
Contra, to beat the
Oh,
first level of the Contra, they can't beat
yeah, a lot
it.
of them can't. You're right. You're
Nobody
right.
can. Nobody can. A lot of them can't beat it. And me and you sit there, we're like, okay, you know, you
Yeah.
run through it like super easy, and it's hard for them. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, because
Yep.
it's a different animal. The side scrollers and stuff. That whole kind of, the whole kind of, I guess, game. But
No,
then some of the
y-
games I play now are, I'm like, that's cool, but what, you know?
yeah, because back in the day, you had to use quick thinking. You couldn't like let me close my eyes real quick or no. You got to use quick thinking, especially in Contra when that bullet was coming. Like, okay, should I dodge? Should I go jump? What should I do?
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
it was insane.
yeah.
It was
Split second
insane.
decision. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And that's another thing I love about gaming, just in general, is that there's so much diversity. I mean, there's so much. I mean, like my wife, she, 3D games make her nauseous, so she doesn't play them. She likes side scrollers. She plays those a lot.
Yep.
Donkey Kong, all the Donkey Kong series on Super NES was her favorites.
Oh,
But she does the 3D games. Just start spinning around the cameras. And sometimes when she's watching me play something, she'll look away. She'll like, I can't, and I don't know
yeah.
why, but it just bothers her. But like on her phone, she'll play one of those like bejeweled type games on her phone, and she'll play the crap out of it, and I'm like, honey, what did you spend $40 on? She goes, oh, to buy some more graphics. Like, oh my gosh, that's a free to play game, and she's already spent like $80 on it. But yeah,
Yeah, but
they
you can't.
got her.
Happy wife, happy living. That's what I've always heard.
Exactly,
Yeah, you
exactly.
can't argue with
Yeah,
her.
exactly. But
But yeah,
my kids, they play a lot of hardcore games and stuff too. I mean, like the latest and greatest and all this stuff, and I love it too. I tell you, I found myself the last 3 months. My son said, "Hey, Dad, you remember when we used to play Fantasy Star Online? Back in the original GameCube." I was like, "Yeah." He goes,
wow.
"Well, they have servers online now where they've the PC version and they've completely hacked them and stuff and made it to where you can actually get online and play that." I'm like, "What?"
Well,
So for the last 3 months, I've been nothing but playing Fantasy Star Online
that's awesome.
Blueburst, and I'm like,
That's
it's
awesome.
it's simple. Up to 4 players is the most you can have, like little groups and parties and stuff. You clear out the missions and get new weapons and that kind of stuff. But it's to me, it's like I love it because I don't really have to think a lot about the millions of different things and super long storylines. I could just get in, play, and have fun. And that's
Yep.
sometimes that's just that's what it's all about. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. There's a lot of great games I love playing now, but
Yeah, I miss it was kind of like back in the day, the action movies. There was no story, just go in there, shoot everybody up. You got the nude scenes, and that's it. That was your action movie back in the day.
yep, yep,
Yep, that's it, and it was
yeah.
great.
It was great. So I guess from here let's get into some of the more, I guess, newer consoles and stuff like that. So you've been you've been gaming for a while, and what got you? I
Oh
mean,
man.
is crazy Lou? Is that your gamer tag as well?
Yep, that's my gamer tag, but not without the gaming. Just
Right,
Crazy Louie.
it's
I
crazy
just
Louis.
had the game. Yep. Uh-huh.
Nice,
Oh
nice.
man. I mean, what games like for nowadays? I mean,
Yeah,
I
what are
can
you
just
playing
I
now?
oh, if you want to, I can go really quick through my trajectory. I can jump
Sure,
on
go ahead, man.
Sega. With Sega, I fell in love with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh
Big
yes.
fan of Sonic. I beat the heck out of Sonic, and which I was really happy that they put all the Sonic games in backlog because they never beat Sonic and Knuckles and all the other games, which I
Hmm.
did beat them all already, which is really happy that I went through that. And then PC, for example, when I got my first PC, oh, Doom.
Yes.
Oh man, Doom and Wolfenstein. Oh man. But for me, Doom is my game. Doom is my number one game. I mean, I'm a big, huge Doom fan. I'm crazy about
Nice.
it. I mean, I'm gonna get the chair pretty soon. I already showed it to my missus. Like, you know what? I'm gonna order this. My check out because this one is the sun hit to it. It's changed the color. I was like, I gotta order this chair.
That's
She's like,
funny.
but it costs so much money. I was like, hey, they last 3 or 4 years. It's better than buy a cheap one, and it's better buy a special one. The last years,
Exactly.
and yeah, I told her that. She's like, okay, but but yes, I'm getting that Doom chair. Oh, I'm so in
Nice.
love with it. Oh man, but yeah, Doom for me. Oof, oh, that's my number one game. I'm a big Doom fan, and I just love that Microsoft acquired that studio. Oh man.
Yes.
Oh yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited. And I can't wait for them to announce Doom 3. I mean, I played the heck out of Doom 2, played the heck out of Doom 1, the remakes that they made for the
Hmm.
new generation consoles. Oh man. But yeah, I'm a big fan, big fan. I'm I'm not like a what's it called? Like how these people have a console choice. No,
Right.
I just love to play games. I mean, I got my PS5 back there, I got my Series X back there, I got my
Hmm.
PC for gaming. The missus has a Switch, and that's a no, 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 no. I can't grab it back because she's like, nope, you're not getting back. Nope, this is in my house. Nope, no,
That's
it's okay.
funny.
Yep.
That's funny.
She beats me in Mario Party all the time. She's not such a strong player. She beats me in Mario Party. You should play Overcooked with your missus. I played Overcooked with her too. She's not
I'll
a big
try
fan.
that.
Oh, you guys are gonna get in a lot of fighting because that's
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
why did you grab the lobster? You should have grabbed the fish. Why didn't you peel it? You should have
That's
left
so
me.
funny.
You do this, I do that. I mean, now I'm like, oh Lord.
But it's fun though. You know what? It's
It's
fun.
fun. It's fun.
That's what's amazing about it. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's fun.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is awesome, man. So I guess what do you I guess currently what's got your interest up? I mean obviously we all seem to go to some of the newer games out there, and you have
Yeah.
seen like all the consoles. So what game are you playing like right now? What's got your interest?
Oh man, what's got my interest is insane. I mean, the other day, what I've been playing for the last 4 or 5 months, because I mean, all of a sudden we got so sucked up busy in podcasting. We used to do two
Right.
podcasts a week, and then I started doing dance classes with the missus on Thursday.
Nice.
So I was like, oh man, 3 days a week, it's insane. I didn't have that much playing time, but I was just sticking to Elden Ring because Elden Ring for me is one of the games I just enjoy playing. Also because I love hard games. I don't like those easy games.
Right.
I play the easy games. I have fun with them, but
Mhm.
I just love a challenge. And Elden Ring has
Yes.
given me such a challenge, which I am enjoying so much. And the funny thing is, I mean, I got my friends saying, "Why haven't you beaten the game? Why haven't you beaten the game?" Because I'm like, dude, there's always so much stuff to explore, and
Exactly.
I run around all over the place. I got like 100 and probably 30 hours in it. I think 132
Wow.
is it? And I just love running around because I have a thing with those type of games. Same with Witcher. When I grabbed Witcher 3, I said that was the game that was probably gonna kill me, because that was a game when I remember I got it for the Xbox One. I just sat there and just started playing with it. The wind, the breeze, the storytelling, everything in that game. You just, when you're riding your horse and you listen to that music, I don't know why that music just gets you more hooked up to it.
Oh
And the
yeah.
wind, how it blows in the game, you hear it in your head. So you're like, oh, this sounds so peaceful. And all of a sudden you see this big ass monster coming at you. Ah! You're like, oh my god, running away. Ah!
Oh, that's so funny.
It's insane, and the Gwen and everything into it. Oh man, that's what I always told myself, that was the game that was gonna kill me. I mean, I used to come home from work at 6 p.m. and just sit there till like 3 a.m. and then wake up at 6 a.m. to go to work and come back home at 6 p.m. again
Yeah.
to keep on playing the game, going to bed at 3 during the weekends. Oh man, during the weekends it was just insane. I mean, I don't remember how much sleep I got when Witcher came out. But then a Save Error came out and ruined my game. I was like, no, and I was like, I'm not playing this for a long time because I lost like 30 hours of Witcher. And 30 hours of Witcher is a
Oh,
lot of
that's a
hours.
lot.
That's a lot of hours. I think it was between 20 or 30. I don't remember, but that's a lot of hours of Witcher.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, that hurt
That
me
could,
so
yeah,
much.
that hurts.
Yeah,
That
but for
hurts.
me, right now it's Elden Ring. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Mm.
And I also bought the other day Terminator Resistance. So after Elden Ring, I'm jumping on Terminator.
There you go.
I'm a big fan of Arnie and
Oh
big fan
yeah.
of Terminator. Yep.
That's awesome.
And,
That's awesome.
and
Yeah,
jump
I'm
into
with
that.
you with the Elden Ring. I love playing it too. Oh my god, I've played enough that like you get to experience things where you, I guess you put your points into. I
Yeah.
can't think what they're called right now. I know the cap is like
Ruins.
7 runes. That's it, like 720 right now. I'm like
Yep. Uh,
540. Is how many runes I have. I know, right?
I'm at 700.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's
I'm at
awesome.
700
I
because
still
I
don't
mean,
beat the game either.
because here's the funny part. I went to face Melania.
Mhm.
And when I went to face Melania, I was like, wait, I'm killing these guys who gave me 6,000 points. Hold on, let me farm here for a quick second. I was like, let me go back in here and start farming. So I just went all over it. I mean, you killed a couple guys. I was already at 70. I was 90,000, was it? 90,000.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, level up right there. Boom. Went back to it, did it again, level up again until I reached that big cap. Because
Yeah.
when you kill Melania, she gives you like, but if you have the golden scarab, she gives you like 600,000. So with
Wow.
that, you boom, 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 boom. It was
Yeah.
insane. I mean, I leveled up so much in that, just that part. Because I was
Yeah.
like, let me farm right here, baby. And
There you go.
yep, insane. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's an amazing game. I love the balance. I love that this, like you said, man. I'm still every now and again I still run across something like, hell, I didn't know that was there. What the hell?
oh
Where'd that
yeah.
come from? So yeah,
Because here's the thing, though, you gotta run around, you gotta explore, because each time, like on the map, you're like, if I don't see that map full of yellow spots, I'm not happy.
yeah,
Where you sit down for the campfire to the
yeah,
road.
yeah,
If I don't see a lot of yellow stuff, I'm like, I'm missing some. So yeah, I start exploring and see if I can find caves. You find caves, sometimes they're the same bosses, but hey, it's cool. I don't care. I'll fight them again as
yeah,
long as I get
exactly.
XP. Yeah, and have fun, and you get new weapons, new stuff. It's just so much fun. Such a fun game,
It is such a well
and
done game.
and addicting too. It's insane.
Yeah.
Because here's a fun fact though.
Hmm.
The other day, I was like, I was playing. I was like, wait, I see this big sword. And I started scratching my head. I was like, I've seen this sword in Souls a lot. I said, does this guy like me? Does Miyazaki like Berserk? You ever heard of Berserk?
Mm-hmm.
I said, this guy loved Berserk because seriously, and I started like comparing some stuff. It's like, okay, here's the sword field. As this happens in Berserk when he meets Griffith for the first time after he does the Behili thing and all that crazy insane stuff that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the sword field, and then I just keep on walking, and I went to like in a town, right? And there was this tree, and there was corpse like hanging from ropes, and I was like, this looks like how this guy got guts because he was like an unborn baby from the mother. Oh, it's, crazy insane storyline
Right.
from Berserk. It's such a good is what's it called, manga, such a good
Thank you.
manga.
Mm-hmm.
I love Berserk. I'm a big fan of it. And then and after I see that, I was like, man, this game really. If he could make a Berserk game, this would be Berserk. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Now I understand why those games are so punishing because that's how Guts fights. Guts gets punished so much, but
Yeah.
he comes out of it and kicks your butt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's insane. I mean, just the comparison of stuff on how that guy. And I wish that the guys from Berserk say, "Hey, Miyazaki, make a Berserk game." I mean,
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
that would be freaking awesome.
Oh
That would
yeah.
be freaking, yep.
Maybe someday it'll happen. You never know.
Yeah, cross fingers because I mean I was seeing some of the monsters from Dark Souls and they bring out some monsters from the manga from there, like the wolf that Guts turns into is one of the monsters. You also got this big boss from Dark Souls with talons on there. That's
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name. Partly Guts is one of Guts' biggest enemies, but it's insane. The guy
Yeah.
loves Berserk, and that's why that game is so much fun. When I heard that, I was like, now I get it. Why is it so much fun? It's in so much fun. It's just like
Yeah.
Berserk. It's insane.
And I tell you, I really think it holds up. That it really is a huge contender for Game of the Year. I really think
Yes.
that it's.
Totally agree with you.
I mean, so far, even with the God of War coming out, well, I'm not sure if it'll make the deadline, which we'll see what happens with that. But it it kind of stands alone, especially because of the sales numbers it did. It was just punishing to other games coming out around it that it was just so well received, and not just one platform, but every platform pretty much.
What I didn't understand is why so much games came out in February. Not only that, they came out. A lot of those games came out with issues. I would have moved them for these couple of months.
Yeah,
I think they were pretty much those games came out in February because they were pretty much scared of Starfield,
right.
and they were not counting that Elden Ring was going to be that good. But when Elden Ring
Yes.
came out, oh man, I mean seriously, I got Dying Light 2 there to play, and I haven't played it yet. And I'm a big Dying Light fan too. And
Yeah.
and I was like, I ain't playing this till I beat Elden Ring. And yep, I'm still going for it. After I beat Elden Ring, Terminator, then Dying Light, and probably gonna jump on Horizon Forbidden West if I got the time. But yeah, I'm
Right.
to it.
I'm with you, man. I mean, there's a lot of games. My backlog is ridiculous. Even Elden Ring, I need to finish it. I just haven't finished it, but for and to think right now, I'm stuck in an old fucking GameCube game right now,
Oh
basically. So, but I
no,
love it. And if
but
you have fun with it, that's really all that matters. And my
I
son play
I
together, so there you go.
I agree with you there. I mean, you're stuck in an old game. But here's the thing, though. Like, if I find Red Alert 2 on here, I mean, I would
Yeah,
be stuck playing it too.
yeah,
Command and Conquer is one of my favorite RTS games, and if I find it, like you can play. I know there's a site you can play it,
right.
but it's only online. But if I could find the whole game and just sit there and play it, heck yeah, I will play it. I mean,
Yeah,
and go fight war and stuff. Oh my god, oh
yeah. That's
crazy, crazy.
awesome. That is awesome. So let's kind of turn the corner just a little bit, and I want to figure out. So how did obviously you're a big gamer, you love gaming. How did you get into podcasting, and how did that come about, and how did you get grow your channel and the Xbox International Podcast?
That's a good that's a funny question though. It was like one day I was just sitting there and Sarah Blow, which was part of the members, he asked me,
Hmm.
Louis, why don't you join me on? Let's do a podcast to see how it goes. Would you like to join me on a podcast? I mean, I want to try something. I'm like, okay, let's try something. I think it was for 2020s. Was it? No, was it E3's 2020s E3? If I can
Hmm.
remember. Yeah, no, it was or 2021's E3 on 2020 got canceled, right? Yeah, I did,
Hmm.
and it was for 2021, right? Yeah, 2021. Yeah. So he was like, "Why don't you join me on there? Would you like to join?" I was like, "Okay, sure, let's give it a try." Because we sat down, we talked a lot about games and stuff, and he was like, "You look like we could do a podcast." I was like, "Okay, let's just jump and let's give it a go." So we had another friend, which he only plays PUBG, but he joined us too, and pretty much we started the show. We started in Spanish, and all of a sudden we were like, "Hey, why don't we?" Sarablo says, "Why don't we just do a podcast?" It was called Sarablo Gaming,
Hmm.
Gaming Lobby. My bad, it was called Gaming Lobby,
Hmm.
and we started in August. Like, let's start in August a Spanish podcast to get to our Spanish viewers, talk games, and just be neutral about them. I totally agree. I mean, I'm not a fanboy type of person. I don't like
Right.
you know, I like, of course, I make fun of fanboys sometimes with the stuff they come up with because
Right.
seriously, and I also love the memes. Some memes are just hilarious, and I gotta laugh, And
Yeah.
some of us, even though we love to play on one console, they consider you a fanboy. Like for example, I love to play on my Xbox. I love my Xbox to death, but I also love my PS5, but
Hmm.
not as much as my Xbox, because I got all my friends on there and stuff like
Sure.
that. So yeah, it's where your friends are at. That's what I always say, and where you feel comfortable playing games and all that stuff. But yeah, so we started the show, and after that, for a while, I said, "Sour, why don't we do an English channel?" And so we decided to do the English channel, and hmm, how did it start? Like, yeah, why don't we work on an English channel, see how it goes? Because in the Spanish one, we're doing good. Why don't we do an English one, and let's see how we balance through both of them? Which if we can bring more from the English side, because I see that there's more English channel than Spanish channel. Because on the Spanish side, there's a lot of hate. I mean, there's a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
hate. They bring a lot of hate to what's it called, to content, a lot of hate content, and
Right.
I was like, it's kind of hard to be neutral here because if we don't bring in the hate, they won't watch us. But that's because that's what they like going to the hating side of the community,
Right.
but there, I told Sarah, why don't we do this? And we'll probably bring people in that speak Spanish and will love to join us on the show and probably sit there because I mean, I'm one person that I'm tired of hate content. That's
Right.
why I started watching all these cool shows. Like I started watching Fun Speculation, which I still do. And
Oh
sometimes
yes.
if I got the time, I hop into the chat, go live, and after that, just a whole new world just opened up after that. I mean, it was insane, and that's when Sour and I decided let's do it in English and said let's do crazy talk. That was gonna crazy sour talk. That was basically how we're gonna do it.
Hmm.
But then I was like, why don't we? I was like, Sour, since we're in this, why don't we ask two other people to join us? And I was like, yeah, why don't we make a four thing panel? So we asked Silent Cipher and we asked Mr. Dark to come join us. And yeah, so Mr. Dark got busy with work. Now we're three panel, but that's how the whole Xbox International came into subject because we're like, hey, we're international. I mean, me and Sour are Dominican. Sour lives in New York though, but he's Dominican. I'm
Hmm.
Dominican, and Dark is from I think he's born in Nicaragua. I think he's in Nicaragua, and Brian is from Utah. So it's like, let's
Nice.
call this international. Let's go. And
Yeah.
that's how we got it. That's how Xbox International was born because we were from different places from around the world, and that's how the name came to be. And we keep on battling, keep on going. But yeah, for if it wasn't for Sour Blow, I wouldn't be in this. That's the
That's
truth.
pretty awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
what? I guess. And when does your show usually air? And when can people catch that?
Oh, it usually airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time,
Hmm.
and it's right there. Crazy Louis Gaming YouTube channel, Xbox
Yeah.
International every single week. Me, Sour, and Silent.
Nice.
Turn-
Nice.
talking about news and going through a lot of stuff.
Well, also just so people know that we below in the link in the description
Yeah.
of this video, there'll be direct links to Crazy Lou's YouTube channel and the podcast as well as his Twitter feed and his gaming
Yep.
his
Well,
tag handle and everything will be right there in the description. So easy to find, easy to enjoy. Excuse me.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Always.
So the thing I tell you, but it's most important is that on your show, you know it's fun, it's energetic. You kind of talk about some of the current topics, talk about what you guys have been up to in gaming, and I really like that. It's if you're starving for content, this is definitely a good podcast to listen to. So everybody should subscribe to it and also hit the little bell icon so that you're notified whenever their new shows come out. Crazy Lou puts they put a lot of work into it, and it really is a lot of fun. And you guest on a few other shows too. You've been on a few
Yes.
other shows. So let's talk about some of your guest appearances as well, if you don't mind.
Oh man, it all started with fun speculation. You
Yeah,
invited me in and say, "Louis, come on board." It was because I kept on doing all those good morning videos. I kept on doing a lot of sort of crazy stuff on Twitter, which,
yeah.
right now I got lawyers on me, which is Silent Cipher. I call him my lawyer. He's like, "No, Louis, you can't do that. No,
Oh, that's funny.
you gotta no, don't do that. No, keep in control." It's like, oh, I gotta keep in control. I was like, yep, don't do that. Nope.
So
It's just,
funny.
yeah. It's insane because if they let me go, I'm gonna go all out because I'm like that. I imagine. I mean, like I said, I went to the Lake Wales with nothing to do, and you get creative, and my brain is super creative and brings on
Yeah.
some ideas. But nowadays, you gotta take it easy because you know
Well, just
you're
to
like
just to when I ask Crazy Lou, I say I need a photo for your for the thumbnail, and this is what he sent me right there. Look at that! Look at Mister. Woo! I love it. I love it. I was like, that's cool. So I knew we were in for a treat today, So and some of those
I-
some of those Twitter videos you put up with, like there was one I was watching, also I'm like, is he in the shower? He's going.
yes, I've done sour videos. Of course, just in case. I
Family
got
friendly.
I got something on in case it falls. We don't want nothing. That's
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I do shower videos. I do them. Sometimes I sing. So it's been a while since I've done the shower video. I gotta,
But they're
I
out
gotta
there.
bring.
People can check them out. They're on your channel. That's for sure.
Once in a while, yeah. But
That's
yeah, I mean,
awesome.
I love doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and I love one of the things I love is doing my good morning videos, and it's something that I get so much feedback and people coming to me and say, "Hey, Louis, thank you so much for those good morning videos. It really hype me. They really get me excited. They really get me high. It's like it brings me so much energy.
Yeah.
I get so much thank yous for that, and that's something that keeps me on a positive note.
Yeah.
And I told the guys after we had like a couple months, I said, "Hey guys, I want to go back to the way it was. I mean, I want to go back saying good morning. I want to go back to promoting shows. I want to go back to the way I was. I miss those days. I miss talking to the guys. I miss hanging out in podcasts." And they were like, "Yeah, well, let's tone it down a bit." And so we decided, to so I can start doing that back. And really, I miss doing all that stuff. I really
Yeah.
do. Hanging out with the guys, and the podcast, just talking like I used to
Yeah.
do. I love all that stuff. And
Oh, it's so
listen
much
to it.
fun. And you
Yeah,
bring a good energy, man,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
just
yeah,
good. Good positive
yeah.
vibe.
And
So I
after
love it.
and after fun speculation, where did I go to? I got invited to the Hawaii podcast. Oh man, I think it's called. Oh, I forgot. Let's talk. Is it talk about? I mean, I keep forgetting the name.
That's okay.
Yeah, let me look for it real quick.
Yeah, yeah, go
But
right
yeah,
ahead.
I was invited to that show, which was a lot of fun. Talk Story Podcast. That's what it's
Ah,
called.
there we go.
I got invited to that show, and then from then on forward, just kept on getting invited. I mean, I got on the Boom Show, which is a lot of fun. I've been on the Boom Show several times, and I love
Yeah.
Boom. I love hanging out with Boom. I love
Yeah,
hanging
he's
out with
Mr.
Fun Speculation.
Positivity. I love it.
Yep. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Like I said, I hang out with so much people. Midweek mix up. Oh my god, I just love jumping in there if I can in the week if they're on.
Yeah.
If I'm not too busy, I'll jump in that show real quick and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
just I
great,
just love
man.
doing that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I got invited to so much stuff, and I'm really happy and really appreciative of those guys who to invite me. I mean,
Uh,
they're part of that big push,
mhm.
on getting me to podcast and joining the fun. And they're all great, fun people, such nice people, such great guys, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome. That's
yeah.
awesome. dude, crazy Lou. So let's kind of as we start to wrap things up a little bit. Let me
All right.
gets to some of the I guess. So what game that's not out yet that everybody knows about that you're most looking forward to coming out and why?
Oh.
And it can be more than one. And most people give me more than one, but
Oh,
that's
oh, the one. Okay, okay, that's pretty cool. Well, since I'm a big horror fan, I don't know if you're a big horror fan. You're a big
I
horror fan.
am. I am.
Oh
Yes.
man. All right. You got Callisto Protocol coming out.
Oh yes.
Yep, that's something that's got me hyping. Please, let's cross fingers because you gotta cross all the fingers. You gotta cross them all along. You gotta cross
Mm.
all fingers, even tippy, even feet fingers, everything. We gotta cross it. That it comes out this year and no delays on it because everything is getting delayed. Oh my
Yes.
god, yeah. But I hope that game comes out, and that's one of them. You also got Stalker 2, which those guys have really, with all that stuff they've been going through, have really
Yeah.
put the heart into it, and that's such another good game. Oh man, what else? Oh, the Terminator one that got announced. Oh my god! I mean, that
Hmm.
when I saw that, I was like, yes, more Terminator. And you know, when I saw the other day an Aliens game, what was it? Was it in? Was it in? I think was in the Summer Game Fest. They
Yes, I
showed
think
an
you're
alien.
right.
They showed an aliens game. I was like, yes, Alien Isolation 2, because I'm another guy that I'm a big fan of aliens.
Hmm.
But it wasn't Alien Isolation 2. I was like, no. I felt sad. I was like, no, I need Alien Isolation 2 because Aliens is such a great franchise, and Predator. I
Yes.
love. Oh, like I said, big fan of horror games and
Yeah.
sci-fi stuff like that. But yeah, Terminator, RoboCop. I'm excited for RoboCop. I love RoboCop.
Yeah, it's gonna look
Hmm,
good.
it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. It's gonna be insane. I'm glad that they actually made a RoboCop game. You know, for nowadays, it brings all
Hmm.
that nostalgia back. And it's kind of funny though. We're getting old games back. I mean, not old games, old
Franchises.
some old franchises back. Like for
Yep.
example, we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming for with the game.
Yeah.
The other day we had Evil Dead. I don't know if you played the Evil Dead game.
Oh yeah.
So much fun, such a fun game. You
Yep.
know, I got to do something about that Evil Dead game. I said I'm gonna do something real funny about it, and I got to do it. It's
All
I got
right.
that schedule.
I look
It's gonna
forward to
come up
that.
real
I
soon.
want to see
Yep,
that.
that's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty funny. Yeah, I got something to do with that. Yeah,
Very
but yeah,
good.
Evil Dead. We also got a Ghostbusters game coming. A lot of old franchises. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
I
There's
just,
so many great games coming. Yeah.
I hope they bring the thing back. Hmm.
Oh, that would be. Yeah. I remember the video game they made was pretty good.
Yes, it was.
But that movie with John Carpenter's
Oh
adaptation
my,
of it, boy, my God, that was just
oh my god!
absolutely amazing.
I watched it the other day. I was like, man. I mean, seriously, you can't compare.
It still holds up. Yeah.
It still holds up. It's insane. Such a great movie. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, those are the games that are pretty much more hyped about. I mean, I
Hmm.
know God of War is coming out. I love God of War too, but
Hmm.
when you put Terminator in there, you put a Callisto Protocol, Stalker 2, and all those games, oh man, I'm so. Also, the Batman game, which is pretty excited about too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah,
the Gotham Knights. Boy, that's
yes.
so cool. That's
Oh
gonna be so much
yes.
fun.
Oh yes, and I just love the idea on how that you can upgrade armor and stuff like that. I was like, man, why didn't they come up with this stuff when all the Batman Arkhams were there? They should have
Right.
put it. Yeah, like you can switch the Batman armor stuff like that, cool gear. Oh, it did not happen. It should happen.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, what are your quick thoughts on the state of gaming now? I mean, we're kind of at a kind of a I don't know, if we're not a precipice, but I guess it's like we're kind of on the edge. We're waiting for the big Activision, Blizzard deal to get finished. All these things coming out of the woodwork about Sony kind of suppressing some of the other thing. But then
Yeah.
some people can say, well, that's business because they're in business. It's like was it Everborn Saga always says it's show business, not show friends. So that's that's why that's I mean it really is. Although some of it can still be looked upon as kind of like oh man, you want that on your system or the system you prefer, but yet the other console is trying to keep it off of it. But because they want to stay where they're at. They want to try and stay in the lead. But I just don't know if that's going to happen, man. So what are your thoughts about the current state of I guess gaming right now as we're launching into this next 2023?
Here's the thing, though. Since me and you are pretty much old timer gamers, right?
Yep.
We went through a lot of stuff to play a game. I mean, this is something that I tell people nowadays, and people try to argue with me about the whole Game Pass and PlayStation on going into services and stuff. It's like, you know what? You guys are so lucky. You don't know what you went through when you were a kid. I mean, I remember you only got one game during the weekend. How was it? You got to go to a Blockbuster. You got to go to your nearest video rental store and you grab,
Yep.
and this is what you did, right? You look at a game and this is your game, right? And you're like, oh, like for example, Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes is such a good game.
Oh,
It
yeah.
came out on Nintendo, and Narc too. And you grabbed it, you're like, let me look at this. And pretty much it was the box art. The box art was the selling point.
Yeah.
And when you turn the game back, you're like looking at the back of it, you're like, this looks like, this looks like interesting, let me play it. And you did not know if it was good or bad unless if you had a Game Pro or a Nintendo Power magazine next to you or something like
Right.
that. You did not know. We didn't have none of this. And you're like, let me rent it. And that was the only, if it was a bad video game, that was your bad video game for the whole weekend. And
Yeah.
if it was a good video game, then you had a good video game for the whole weekend. And you were like, next week, let me rent it again, because you couldn't rent it during the week because you got school. But then Fridays,
Yeah.
let's go rent a game.
There you go.
And the whole idea of just having these games on service and all that stuff, I mean, it's pretty fantastic. I'm happy
Mhm.
that Game Pass really shook the service up, because I mean there was a lot of service companies. You had GeForce back in the day. You got PlayStation Now, which
Mhm.
PlayStation didn't focus a lot into it because it's something that you got to invest and like, you got to invest money. And to invest money into that and just leave it there till it gets big, it takes a long time for them to
Oh, yeah.
see it back. Same thing with Netflix. I mean, Netflix went broke like 10 or 15 times, I think it was in its history.
Mhm.
And now they're doing pretty good because they reached that number. But hey, they went through a lot. And so since Microsoft came up with that idea, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And at the beginning, I was like, I saw the games around. I was like, but wait, I have all those games, so I'll chill out for a bit and just wait, for see if it gets more interesting. And then all of a sudden, like when the whole Game Pass Ultimate came out, that if you had like 3 years of gold and you converted into the Game Pass, you got
Yes.
3 years of Game Pass, all that whole cool stuff.
Yep.
I say, hey, let's do it. So I did it, and then all of a sudden, Microsoft just started bringing third parties in day one. I was like, oh, this is crazy, and that's how I started playing a lot more indie games, which I really did not look at. I just played AAA titles. That's it,
Right.
and less indie games, and that's how I got to one of the best gaming developers, which is Big Beru,
Ooh.
which they are pretty cool guys. I mean, they made a game called Xeno Crisis, and it's kind of like Diablo from the
Mhm.
top, kind of like a Zelda thing. Remember Zelda Super NES? And oh man, their games are so hard and so tough. They also have Battle Axe and Final Vendetta, which they brought up the other day, which I bought, and it's pretty much like Final Fight. And man, that developing team is pretty awesome. And I'm a big fan of their games. I mean, if they announce something, I'm already searching at it, and when it comes out, it's hey, I'm snagging it for me.
Ready to go.
And I
Right.
bought ready to go. Yeah, and that's something that I love about the whole service thing, because it opens you up to more games. I mean, literally, I was only stuck to AAA, and I played probably one or two indie games. But the indie games that probably got more, what's it called? Like got not more, like more popularity or more marketing. That's the word, marketing.
Yeah.
Like for example, Cuphead was a game that got a lot of marketing into,
Oh, yeah.
and I played Cuphead. That was probably one of the biggest indie games I played. But then look now, you got Tunic. It's
Oh,
another
yeah.
good game that if you sit down, you play it. It's a such a good game. Death Store, another great indie game, and the whole bunch Shredders. Oh my god, I have played Shredders and I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Shredders too. That's such a fun snowboarding game.
It
But
is
that's how it is, and the future, and I hope that it keeps on going. I tell people, hey, this is the good part about it, and what I love about Game Pass is that it gives you that option. And for the Activision deal thing, I just can't wait for that deal to close because seriously, I don't think about Call of Duty jumping on there being exclusive. I don't worry about that. I'm much more worried about the health of the people in that company. You know, the things
Right.
that they have gone through. That's what really worries me the most, and I just hope that that deal goes through for the sake of those people. Because really, I would look at it in a sad way if it doesn't, because really those people need to take a break from all that stuff that's been happening in that company. Not only
Yeah.
that, it would be sad for them to leave and leave those great franchises they have made and put their hearts into it, you know, and just let
Yes.
them die. So that's why basically I want that deal to go through just for those people's mental health, you know, for them
Yeah.
to
I
be
really, I
better.
really think Microsoft is going to turn them
Yeah.
around and get them on the right path because they have done
Yeah.
that themselves. They had to go through a lot to get to where they're at. And
Yeah. Because
now they're one of the most desired companies to work for is Microsoft. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny that I had developers on the show and they told me some stuff. I was like, are you serious? I mean, like you have like a development head, like a head of the development team, right?
yeah.
And you ask him, have you played video games? He has never touched a controller, and pretty much all he does is like try to make the game. You know, try to tell the development, make the game. I want it. You know, they want it like this, and that's it. But he has
Wow.
that head has never touched a controller and played a game. You know, if you play a game, you see it, you gotta feel it.
Hmm.
Especially if you drink a beer or smoke a tobacco, you know, you gotta drink the beer.
Tobacco.
Yeah,
Just a
I'm. Oh man, I love
wink,
cigars. I'm
wink.
a big.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
cigars, sure, bro. Yeah, that's what I smoke.
No, no, no. Tobacco, yes. Tobacco cigars. I don't smoke nothing else. No, no,
I
no.
was just messing. I was just
No, no,
messing.
no, no. I know. But yeah, you gotta taste it, you gotta try them in order to say, hey, I
Yes.
recommend you this one. The same thing with the drink, same thing with Coca-Cola. And how do you recommend Coca-Cola? You gotta taste it. So if you're in the development team, you gotta play a game, you know, to see how you want and see how it plays. And it's
Yeah,
pretty crazy that the head of the team has never played a game in life.
that is
And
crazy.
that's something that I was like, what? That is insane. I mean, how can how can I give options? Like for example, what happened to Activision Blizzard? You got World of Warcraft, you got StarCraft, you got such amazing games that these guys just
Yeah.
quit making them. And of course, they do make DLCs for World of Warcraft. That they do that, but they
Hmm.
keep just making more content and more games just to focus on just Call of Duty because that's the money maker. Make me Call of Duty, you guys.
Yeah.
All the whole development team, make me this, and make me Overwatch or make me that. That's it. They don't, you know,
Yeah.
they don't focus on anything else, and that's bad. Especially those guys, like for example, you got the Tony Hawk series that's on there, which is a lot of fun. Tony Hawk Pro Skater is a really fun game,
Oh yeah.
and you got tons of other fun games, and I can't wait for that deal to go through and for those guys to organize those teams and say, Infinity Ward, you guys focus on this, you guys focus on that.
Yeah.
What games do you want to bring in over here? This you guys focus on. What's it? StarCraft? I mentioned it. StarCraft.
Yeah.
You guys
Hmm.
focus on StarCraft. You guys work on World of Warcraft, and let's bring all these games back to where they were and
Yeah.
how they
There's
should be. You
so
know.
many possibilities. That is for
Yep.
sure. I mean,
Yep.
Crash Bandicoot and all kinds of great franchises that they have that are just not really used right now. So
Yeah.
who knows what Microsoft can do with
That.
all that?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Game Pass is going to be loaded.
Yep. That's another thing. It's gonna be loaded, but hey, it's gonna be good. Like I said, I focus on other people, even though
Yeah.
the Game Pass is gonna be loaded. That's cool. I'm happy, but for the six other people over there,
Right.
really, I just hope that deal goes through so they can have
Yeah.
better mental health and the issues they're having. Oh, it's insane.
Yeah.
Every time I read that, it just breaks my heart. I
Yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think they're on their way to getting
Yeah.
it turned around, and I know Microsoft can do it because Phil's a pretty amazing guy, and he does have his mindset and his focus seems to be in the right place. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got a lot of different things he has to pull together, but that's one of them is to making sure that the environment people work in
And
is good.
and before we close,
Yes.
just mention real quick on the Sony pushback right there because you
Hmm.
asked me that question in there too.
Yes.
That was a big boo boo on the Sony side. Sony shouldn't have said nothing. They should have just had that conference behind closed doors instead of bringing that up during the whole Brazilian thing going through. Oh my
Yeah.
god! When I read that, I was like, they just made a big boo boo.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if these guys, like when I saw on Wednesday that and yeah, I'm really happy in sort of a way that Microsoft said, hey, I got enough of you, because seriously,
Yeah.
we're investing a lot of money into this right now, and you are pushing me back on this, on this deal. Why are you doing this? And we got money invested in this, and because in order to buy a company, you got to get lawyers in there,
Oh
you
yeah.
got to get accountants, you got to get a bunch of stuff in there, which you're paying them. Besides the whole $68 billion deal, you're paying them to make this deal happen. And then this company comes and say, hey, you're gonna make us choose a console. No, I mean, Call of Duty has never been a Nintendo.
Right.
So, I mean, I could be wrong. It could have been, or if not, but I think I know that Call of Duty has never been on Nintendo. But look how Nintendo's doing. And they got their following. PlayStation has got their own following. And they did mention that when I saw when Microsoft pushed, and they said, and on the third party side, that developers can't put content on Game Pass. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was a deep push right there. And I was like, if I was Sony, I would, I would pick myself up, go into a corner, and just leave things the way they are. Don't keep pushing buttons, because if they say that, it's because they got proof of something. So don't push that because they got proof of something. So don't be pushing
Yeah.
them buttons, because if you guys say something back and then Microsoft says, okay, here's what we have, and you have a conversation that you guys probably have with one of the guys in Activision Blizzard, or from one of the guys over there in Bethesda, because before they bought, they bought pretty much everything.
Oh
If
yeah.
they have a conversation there, and that comes out on the light, you're in big trouble, buddy. So yeah, I'll probably pick myself and just keep focusing the way things are.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Because
what I
they,
would do.
you're right. They definitely probably don't want to. There's. I mean, we already know for sure that they tried to make Starfield an exclusive
Yep.
to Sony.
Mhm.
I mean, like a lifetime exclusive type thing before it came out, which I don't blame them, because that will and then what did Microsoft do? We bought them.
We bought 'em. Yeah.
So there you go. That's the way to
Yeah.
stop them. Buy everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, nah, nah.
Uh,
I hope Sony. I hope Sony acquires Square, because they actually got some good deals going through between them. So I hope that Square gets bought before Tencent grabs them, because Tencent is
right,
buying everything. It's
right.
insane. It's insane.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
hope that deal
Uh,
goes through too.
and to that point, I agree with you. That would be a great purchase for Sony, and it does
Yeah.
seem like there may be something in the works that way. I wouldn't be opposed to Microsoft picking up Square. Just saying.
Same here.
Oh boy, wouldn't that be crazy? Woohoo! Talk about
Yes.
lighting some fires. Oh
Yep.
yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Crazy Lou, Dan, it's been a pleasure having you on today. Thank you
Oh,
so much for being here. So tell everybody where they can reach out to you real quick. Even though it's going to be in the description, let's touch base on that. Where everybody can find you on the interwebs.
oh man, I want to thank you first for inviting me to your show. Really, it's been a lot of fun. Really
Good
nice,
man.
good interview. I had a lot of fun, really, just talking about myself. It's just pretty cool.
Nice,
Questions
nice.
that rarely people ask, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Seriously, thank you again,
Well, you're
Mr. Web
welcome. Well,
Dave.
you're welcome. Thank
Lots
you
of
for
fun,
being here.
and I hope later on in the future you can invite me. You probably get an invite from XBI too. We got to invite you over there to that show one day, so you guys
I'm
can
game,
join us.
man. Let me know.
Yeah, I got to tell the guys. Yeah, but
That's
really,
awesome.
lots of fun, man. Really, thank you so much for inviting me to your show again. And where can you guys find me real easily? You can find me at Twitter at Crazy Louis Gaming, where I do all sorts of crazy things. Like Mr. Web Dave said, I take showers sometimes and do all sorts of funny stuff, and also bring out the good mornings to cheer people up. And also, you can find me every single Wednesday on the YouTube channel, Crazy Louis Gaming, Xbox International, with Silent Cypher and Sour Blow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time, where we talk about all what's going on in gaming news. So yeah, that's where you can
Awesome.
all find me.
Fantastic. Crazy Lou, thank you again for being on today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you guys can find more episodes. Our website is outbreakpodcast.com, where you can find links to everybody's videos that we've done so far. Over 30 interviews and still growing, and lots more coming up that you're gonna love, like this one. And we appreciate everybody for being here. And Crazy
Yeah.
Lou, thank you so much for being a part of Outbreak Gamers.
Game over.